guys, so I'm here for the audience of the Pope, and blessedly, it's not every day that you get to say you've been to this twice. So we're here in St. Peter's Square. I was actually here last January. In the winter time, they actually make it inside this closed area, which is where I'm showing you right now. It's because it's cold, right? It's sort of like an events hall, if you will. And it's obviously a lot smaller than we are here in St. Peter's Square. And so in that area, the Pope is much more limited in the places where he can pass, because at that time he was using a wheelchair. As to today, I'm not really sure if he's going to be using a wheelchair, but of course it was actually storming, raining earlier today, but I think they wanted to retain that all the chairs be here so that they could accommodate more people, and also that you can actually, the Pope can actually get to visit more rows, if you will. So on the LED screen right now, actually right here, the Pope is on his way here. I think you can see that. He's waving at people. So people are actually trying to figure out where he's coming from. He's okay, I can see it right now. Okay, I hope you guys can actually see it. There's like, yes, that white car right now. So that vehicle, so the Pope is actually passing by right now, if you guys can see. And yeah, it's no wheelchair, so definitely more accessible to everybody. And also at a faster pace, I reckon, to accommodate all the visitors today. Nice, so you can actually see Pope Francis, and honestly, he looks like he's in better health than the last time, last January. Oh, that's nice. And now, because it's not super crowded, you can actually get to run to different sides and get to see him. So as you can see, you know, it's actually not a very crowded papal audience today compared to the one last winter. But I guess, of course, the venue is also so much bigger. And then you can see there are actually people, you know, who bring like banners, and right now there's like a choir singing, but usually they do like a salutations of all the different like religious groups that are here, and also to the different countries that are here. So there's actually a lot of people, or a lot of commentators or lectors, who are going to be reading a certain message in their own language. So, you know, there's Spanish, there's German, there's French, there's of course English. I forget all, but a little more casual now. I remember last June or last January, it was a little more precarious, because people were really pushing and rushing to get to the center to get to see the Pope, because it was a lot harder. He wasn't elevated, he was in a wheelchair. But now, yeah, being on that papal car makes things a whole lot better. I think they're actually still waiting for so many people to come and arrive. And from what I heard is one of the reasons why they try to make this audience with the Pope a little more often, a little bit grander, is because, you know, they are calling back people to the church. This is not even me being religious. This is just stating like statistics that they're trying to encourage the youth to come back to the church, or come to church, come to Christ, whatever you would like to call it. And I can see there's actually more people who are arriving right now. If you're actually a newlywed and they were actually walking down the middle aisle, it's a sort of like a big parade. You know, it's like they say walking to the altar, but there's actually a nice they are walking from the altar going down after being blessed by the Pope. So that was really nice. Okay, so last winter time, he actually went around the room, or went around the venue after the ceremony. But it seems like he did it in the beginning for this one during spring. because he had already said his last message. He's actually still on stage right now, and then there are people who are actually going close to him, speaking to him as to whether, because people are leaving, so as to whether he's going to ride the papal car and do the round again, I don't know. But I guess the order for spring summer is quite different. Okay. So, since people are leaving, I just want to show you guys, this is what it's like. When you are by the barricade, this is like the best spot. That's why, if you guys saw earlier, that all the seats in the middle were empty. It's not so much that there's no people. It's actually because people are all crowding around the edges so that you get to be the closest that you can to the Pope. They actually said that the high chances of the Pope actually coming near you is if you have a baby. Because usually the Pope is going to kiss your child or the infant that you're with. And then, when the ceremony starts, people actually gather and sit down, and actually the Vatican security, I forgot what they're called, the ones in those nice fancy costumes, they understand, like, people stand on their seats, people are busting out their selfie sticks, people are like this guy over here. It's like, yeah, we're all Christians, we're all trying to have all these good values and all that, but yeah, when people want to see the Pope, they're standing on their chairs, and then but right after that, the papal security is actually going to ask you to sit down, right? Just so that everybody gets a chance to see as much as they can of the stage, no matter how small the Pope is. As you're walking, you can actually hear so many nationalities congregating, all for the love of Santo Papa, for the love of Christ, or honestly, just for curiosity. At the end of the day, experiencing a different culture is just seeing people come together as part of their faith, their culture, their tradition, and getting to experience that as an outsider is beautiful. And yeah, of course, there's always like emergency first aid on standby. There's security everywhere. Yeah, the sun came out today for us. I'm actually seeing on the screen, he's actually going through certain places right at the front, and he is still using a wheelchair. But at least with this open area, he actually gets to cover more coverage area here in St. Peter's Square at a faster rate. But the unfortunate thing is, because it actually happens earlier, or rather before the ceremony, people were still coming in. You saw earlier that the seats right in the middle, they were so empty, right? And I actually thought it wasn't going to get filled, but no, little did I know that as time went by, the ceremony is about, how long is the ceremony? About 2 hours? Like, it's just an hour, right? And sometimes that 5 minutes makes all the difference of what time you come. So people were actually starting to arrive after he had already gone around the room, and it's unfortunate that they missed that. And then later on, maybe around 30 minutes into the ceremony, the whole St. Peter's Square was packed. Well, I guess no matter what, you are still so grateful to be here. And at least we get to be so grateful. Like, I think I got a great shot of the Pope to share with all of you. And obviously, we also have great weather. It's been raining the past couple of days, but you know what? God had cleared the skies for all of us. So this is me, Bianca Valerio from the Vatican. I want to say thank you. Sharing my fellowship with you, my experiences with you, and thank you for sharing your attention, your energy with me. Until next time, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll see you guys. Bye.